Well, look at this stranger beside me right here. Who is this guy?
Yeah, had a couple days off.
Yeah,
Nice
more than a
being-
couple.
more than a couple. Yeah,
Yeah, almost 2 weeks
was up
off.
there in Cape Cod, and the surf got pretty intense up there too. It was a nor'easter offshore,
Nor'easter, yeah.
and the waves are getting pretty big, but nothing like what's happening in the Florida area.
Man, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a quick Facebook Live. Alex, the latest category is Category 4. It's already made landfall. That's what it's going to remain as a Category 4. 140-mile-an-hour sustained winds with gusts up to 160. So I want to give you a little update here. If you have family, friends in Florida, it's been definitely a little bit of a big, busy one, that's for sure. But let's get to it. Show you the radar, and you'll see here when we look at Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler, Zach, what's one of the things you notice, man? This thing's moving quickly, but
Moving fast.
here's landfall. Now, for those that don't know, contrary to what you might have heard, landfall is not when the initial eye wall makes landfall. No, that's actually when you have the center of the eye coming overhead. And you'll see here that did happen a little after 10 o'clock. So if we look at the eye right here, there's the center of it. Dekle Beach looks to be essentially right smack dab in the center of the eye, which I think is where landfall was. That time, by the way, is just about 10:10 in the evening. So, but I know that they were talking about Perry being a landfall location, but Perry is a little bit farther inland. So, anyways, there's a look at the storm, and there's where the circulation is, and there's the eye and the eye wall. One of the things, Zach, was interesting was the amount of lightning within this eye.
Yeah.
It was absolutely tremendous earlier. Tons of lightning.
And the pressure was super low.
Yeah.
Like 939 millibar.
So let's show you what we're looking at here. We'll bring up weather one. We'll bring this up full. And the storm surge is about 20 feet in some locations, potentially. 20 feet is 2 stories.
The National Hurricane Center was they were using some pretty intense verbiage for that unsurvivable storm surge. And we have some pretty good storm surge graphics.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. If you don't know what storm surge is, we'll show you. But let me put this into motion. We'll show you the eye coming ashore, and we'll zoom out here a little wider. There it is, the very latest 11 o'clock update, which was Eastern Daylight Time, Category 4, 140-mile-an-hour sustained winds, gust up to 160. Look at how fast it's moving. This thing has slingshotted northeast. Just as expected. I got to give credit where credit's due. And, Zach, we were talking about sometimes hurricane models and how bad they are. But, they really did a good job. And I know you were on vacation, but they clustered over the eastern Florida panhandle, and that's exactly where this storm went. Now, about 8 days ago, the GFS had Helene going to Houston. So that was way off. But the European did a pretty good job. Really did, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in here, show you this as we put this along in motion. It goes to the north, and then it curves to the northwest. Now, you might be wondering why that's going to happen. Well, we can see here on the latest satellite and radar that there will be the potential for some light rain. And that light rain essentially is wrapping around not Helene. Helene is bringing, yes, indirectly some tropical moisture, Zach, but it's not necessarily directly impacted by Helene. But this little wraparound right here is happening because of a giant low that's just east of us. And we can actually see this low when you look at the water vapor. Wow, look at that thing. And now you're going to see it starting to back up. Now, what's cool with this program is let's do this. Let's look at the last 120 hours, Zach, and you're going to see where this came from. Because I know you were on vacation, so you weren't watching this as closely as we were. But watch this. This is over time here, so we'll step through this. So there is the southwest flow. Lots of severe weather, by the way, in the central United States.
Yeah.
And then you'll see that low starting to move east. Now check this out. Here's the giant low that's diving south into northern United States. And then what happens is it becomes cut off from the main flow, cut off from the jet stream. And right there, it's just still churn. Now at this point, the jet stream energy is way north. So everything is way north of it. And so there's no steering flow. And that's just going to allow for that low to just churn. As you can see right here on the last few images. There it is. So it dives in, it cuts off, and now it's going to start wrapping around that precipitation. So, Zach, I do think some rain is going to be possible. Not exactly 100% sure that we are going to see a whole lot of heavy rain.
Yeah, earlier during the week, the models were showing some pretty
heavy
good,
rain amounts.
Yeah, 1 to 3 inches potentially.
But now the system's kind of shifted east a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I still think some rain is possible. Now, this is the graph model. It's a little underdone, but you get the idea. It does have that rain off to the east. I will show you a different model.
That looks like a newer update. Looks like even less.
Yeah, I know.
What the HRRR shows.
But HRRR is a little more. So the high resolution rapid refresh is a little more. Michael Bollinger said he just did a live report himself.
Nice.
Very nice. You know, it's a good question. We sure could use that rain, that's for sure. I get more defined. Not really. It went through an eye wall replacement cycle, right, as it was developing. So if we look, I'll show you that. But before we do, here's the HRRR, and you're going to see definitely some rain coming in tomorrow afternoon into the evening. Not super widespread. I mean, it's widespread, but it's not super heavy. It's
how about the HRRR accumulation?
Yeah, you want to see that?
Yeah.
Blink and you'll miss it. It's not very much.
Yeah, graph has trace amounts. European had Fayetteville around 0.4 inches, but that's a longer range model. This is a
there you go.
Lower resolution. Yeah,
barely anything.
Yes, trace amounts. So the eastern counties, better chance of rain. If you're in the Tennessee area, you're going to be getting a whole lot of rain.
Look at Karen says, we sure could use some of that rain. We absolutely could. And a matter of fact, if you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to show you the latest drought monitor. So we have now severe drought categories. Man, I'm tired. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. We're gonna wrap this up here pretty soon.
I'm kind of hungry.
Oh yeah, hungry for lifting some weights at the gym.
I went this morning.
So there's a good question. Alex says, is this named storm number 8 or 9? It is named storm number 8, and then Isaac is number 9. Would you stop that? We need the rain. My pretty grass is all brown. Val, there you see it. We've got severe drought, moderate drought, and abnormally dry across a good portion of the area. And I got to be honest with you, this is going to get worse. We're not going to see any widespread rain. Now, is this named storm number 8 or 9? I'll show you what we got for the Atlantic Basin, Zach. We'll bring this up and we'll show you the names.
Yep, stand by.
It's going to take a little while. You can kind of talk about what happened with the storm surge, though, and then we can go to some of those graphics in just a bit.
Yeah. Storm surge. That's the most deadly part of these types of storms. And Hurricane Center was using some verbiage that I don't think I've ever seen before. They were saying, what were they saying again?
Life-threatening, unsurvivable.
It is getting late, man. Yeah, unsurvivable storm surge.
Yeah, unsurvivable. All right, so
there.
Here's what we kind of like me on May 26th.
Yeah,
I fell asleep. But there's Alberto, Beryl, Chris, Debbie, Ernesto, Francine, Gordon, Helene, and Isaac. So to answer your question, Helene is number 8, Isaac's number 9, but there's potential tropical cyclone number 10.
Yeah.
That's coming potentially from the Gulf. And so right now, everything's pretty quiet. The hurricane season's not over yet, though, Alex. Do you guys ever get sleep? I'm about to. And it says, tell Zach to dust off his golf cleats.
I got it, yeah.
Yeah. Got to get some golf in, man.
Gonna smash some drives.
I guess still need to turn on the sprinkler. We do. I want to show you a infrared. And by the way, about the Facebook Live, just in case you're wondering and you're tuning in, you're going, what happened? So we were in a fog delay. I was like, this is a great time to introduce you to our pro. We could talk. You guys can ask questions. I'll show you the fog that developed. We played 2 holes. We were still 2 under through 2 holes, even though we played in the fog, including a very difficult par 3, hole number 11.
Like 195?
Yeah, it was like 190 to the pin.
It's pretty good.
And
Did you
I
make
hit
the
a
green?
I was 10 feet from it
Oh,
in the fog. I had no idea where the pin was.
There you
10
go.
feet from the pin, not from the green. I was on the green.
Did you do a nice easy 7-iron in there?
Yeah. Nice
Nice.
little easy 7-iron. I wonder if we've ever gone through the entire list. We have. In 2005, we went through the entire list. And then we had even the Greek alphabet that happened. And
Yeah.
2019 was very busy too as well. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you here. But anyways, about that, back to that Facebook Live. So we're ready. We're talking about this, and I launched the Facebook Live, and I literally get a text from my wife 5 seconds later. You can see my nervousness and my worry on my face. My wife was in Miami with some friends. They got a flight out. Jennifer didn't. We had to figure out an alternate game plan because originally she was going to stay a couple of days later. But instead, they all took off. And so Jennifer had to find a flight. That's what I did. She made it back. Everything's safe, and thankful for that. She's in bed probably relaxing right now. So here's a look at the satellite radar. And we're going to go about a couple more minutes. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Oh, Cedar Key had a, let's see here. Yep, she made it back. Hey, Cedar Key has an 8.7-foot storm surge. It broke their all-time record. So first of all, Cedar Key is still a ways down there. I'll show you where Cedar Key is, right there. Notice how far away it was from the eye. So you get a little closer to the eye, and you have even worse storm surge. And, Zach, you were talking about this, the storm surge graphic that you made. Here's a look at that storm surge from Helene. So you see that area right in the bay. Let's see, Cedar Key, it's showing a pretty good forecast.
It's not bad.
I'm gonna zoom in a little more here. And you see some red showing up.
But yeah, that red.
Dekle Beach.
Yeah, and look how far inland that storm surge is. That's very impressive.
Yeah,
And it's still that high.
I know.
It doesn't really even drop off.
And so if you're wondering what storm surge is, Zach, you can take us through and talk about this graphic.
Yeah, so here's a really good graphic that Dan's about to pull up. Kind of gives you a real life perspective of what this storm surge is here. So we got a house near the water. And if you hit that space bar there, we're going to be seeing that water start going towards the house. So that's your normal sea level. So once we get the water moving onto the land, that's what the storm surge is. And you can see that's 3 feet. So approaching the house. And then once we get to 6 feet, then you can be a little ways away from the ocean to get water into your home. 6 feet is when we start to get water, flooding issues, and that can cause some pretty serious damage. And then here's 12 feet. That could wipe away a 2-story house potentially. And we're talking 20 feet storm surge. So if you're in a 2-story house, if you're on the 2nd floor looking out the window, you're going to be seeing water. So 20 feet of storm surge is something that you don't normally see. Again, yes, a major hurricane for sure with this storm here. And then you saw that map, this 20 feet storm surge is not just right on the shoreline, it's a little bit further inland. So that's why people were told to evacuate with this
this is a bad hurricane.
Yeah.
So yeah. So there you go. We just explained it, Alex, and that's why. So what happens is you have all the wind that's going in one direction, which piles up the water. You also have, I want you to do this next time you're in the tub or a pool. Take a cup, flip it upside down underwater, and then pull the cup up. You're going to feel the suction, which basically raises the water level because of the low pressure and the rising air, which creates a bubble or a dome of water on top of the waves, on top of the wind. So that's where your storm surge comes from.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you ever done that though? Haven't had a cup in the water and you have it upside down, and then you're pulling it up, and you'll literally feel it go like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing
So
dishes.
that's
Yeah.
that's that pressure. So 3 people dead in Hurricane Helene. I really hope it's not anybody that's trying to get video on social media just because they want some likes.
Yeah. I was seeing some from those live stream cameras, some people who were doing some very unsmart things down by the water.
Wow.
Ocean is unforgiving.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, well, I'll tell you what. Let's get to our forecast, and then we'll shut this down. And thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. It's good syrup, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That makes me want pancakes, actually, come to think of it. Okay. So we have, again, that low pressure system that's kind of churning and moving in, and that's going to bring us, I think, a little bit of rain. So here's your forecasts for the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas. Here you've got temperatures hitting the lower to middle 7, quite a bit cloudier than it was today.
Yeah, I think cloud cover is going to win out tomorrow.
Rain chances bumping up during the afternoon into the early evening. Then you got the 2-day forecast timeline for the River Valley. Temperatures right around the upper 70s. Yes, you do have some rain and cloud cover, but again, we're talking minuscule amounts. Let's see what kind of rain totals the models are showing. Graph?
Nothing. A little bit.
Europeans
But
got
that's
4/10 of an inch.
it's a lower resolution model.
Bullish model.
Nothing.
GFS and the NAM.
Nothing.
So one of those models is an outlier. There's the jot monitor. And to be honest with you, woo, man, am I tired. Here's a look at the 7-day outlook. First 5 days, some rain on Friday, very light. First round of the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship presented by P&G. The President's Cup is on right now too. Golf. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Sunday 80, Monday lower to middle 80s, and Tuesday lower to middle 80s. This is a dry weather pattern, folks. I don't see much rain for the week, maybe even 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely looking pretty dry. We had a high pressure ridge coming in behind the massive low pressure area to our east. And we're seeing that cold front Tuesday, so October 1st. I put 52 for the low Wednesday. I wouldn't be surprised if we were in the 40s.
Yeah.
We were looking at some things.
We were in the 40s today, upper 40s at Drake.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I think it might be a bit chilly.
So it is amazing weather, but at the same time, it is very dry. And Alex Bogard said it perfectly. We need some rain for fall colors because leaves are already starting to turn.
Yeah, up in Connecticut, they're turning definitely.
It's late September, which is it's right around schedule. Mm-hmm. If leaves start falling off the trees though in like mid-October, that's really early.
Yeah,
and they're already starting to fall.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
You see leaves falling.
But not dumb enough to get in front of a Cat 4 tropical anything.
Yeah, no.
They're just those storms are so powerful you don't even realize it.
They're so massive.
Here's tomorrow's forecast. 73 to 79, a little bit of light rain, possible showers, especially farther east.
Will be a bit breezy, so if you're going to be at Friday Night Lights, have the windbreaker.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps it up. We went 22 minutes. That's all right.
Yeah, that's good.
So, yeah, man, we've got pretty nasty Helene. You'll be hearing a lot about Helene. We got a confirmed tornado too right now.
Yeah.
Lake City. That's the second one now. There's just gonna be a lot of mess. Atlanta flights canceled. Track of the system goes right over Atlanta. Potentially is still a tropical storm. So
Yeah, it's wild.
yeah. All right. Good night. Thank you so much. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow. I think I'm live from the first round of the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship presented by P&G.
Maybe get some pointers out there.
Oh, I need them for sure. We'll talk to you later, guys. God bless. Bye.